Come along with me today as I show you my new folding bike and we take a bike ride. Good morning, everybody. So one of the things that's always been a barrier to me with bike riding is having to put the bike rack on the car. I'm a busy mom, in and out of the trunk, loading groceries, all kinds of stuff, hauling kids different places. And I have the kind of car, we just drive sedans, so I don't have space to keep a bike rack on the car permanently. It's not like I have a hitch or things like that. So a barrier to me has always been transporting the bike to the bike trails to be able to bike ride. So one of the things I recently did for myself is I bought myself a folding bike. So this is not a sponsor post or anything like that. I just wanted to show you what I got. Have a folding kayak, so I thought, hey, I wonder if I could get a folding bike. I saw someone else's video that had a super nice bike from REI. It looked amazing. But for me, I wanted to start with something a little bit more entry level to kind of just see if I like this, what I think about it. So I ended up getting a Zizzo Campo folding bike. So I'm going to show you kind of what it's like. This is only my second time using the bike, but so far I love it. All right, so this is the trunk of my Kia, and you can see I've got the bike folded up. So the manufacturer provided great little introduction videos about 2 minutes long that show you how to unfold the bike and then refold it when you're done. It's a pretty intuitive process. There aren't too many steps. So even though this is only my second time doing it, I was able to remember how to unfold it and get it set up really quickly. The other clever thing about the bike is there's markings on the seat post and also on the handlebar. So once you kind of learn what your setting is, if you remember that number, you'll know where you have to pull those up to get it to your comfortable position. Okay, so I've got it pretty much set up now. I just have to unfold the pedals and I'm ready to go. Also, if anybody has any suggestions for me on how you film on your bicycle, I'd love to hear it. What GoPro mounts are you using? What I'm gonna do is film myself riding in the parking lot so you can see kind of how the bike looks, and then I'm gonna change to a chest harness. And I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be perfect for me, and the foldability is amazing for what I love to do. And I know when you have folding, like just like the folding kayak or the folding bike, things like that, you're sacrificing maybe some performance. But for me, the best kind of gear is the one that gets you out there. The barrier for me was putting the bike rack on the car, going through all that trouble. And we actually had an incident where my husband put the bike rack on wrong by accident. I didn't know, and it ended up wearing the paint off our trunk a little bit, so we had to get touch-up paint and things like that. So using the rack was a real barrier, and this is going to take some of that barrier away, and hopefully I'm going to ride more. So there are so many different models and makes of folding bikes. I kind of went with one that I felt was kind of like in between, so I knew I would be able to ride in conditions like this, like on gravel trails or natural surfaces, but then also be able to ride on pavements as well. It was important to me to be able to kind of ride in both situations because they're the kind of places I'm going to want to take this bike to. So where I'm riding today is in Gordon's Pond. This is like a crushed gravel surface, pretty easy to ride on. You see bikers here of all ability levels. You see kids riding this. So it's a really beautiful trail, a great place to see lots of wildlife and birds. So I'm thinking next time I set the bike up, I may need to tilt my handlebars down a little bit more so it's more natural to hit the brakes. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know. All right, so I definitely have a few logistical things to figure out. So with the folding bike, because it folds, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna be able to have like a bike bag. Maybe I'd have to remove it every time. I definitely need to figure out a spot to keep a little pump with me and probably carry water. So maybe for now I'll use a backpack. Yeah, so I'm super happy with the performance so far. It's really easy to pedal, easy to change gears. And I just keep thinking about all the places I'm gonna bike ride. So right now I'm trying it at the beach. I'm at Gordon's Pond in Cape Henlopen State Park, but I've been thinking about like, I'm gonna bike ride John Hines, I'm gonna bike ride Ridley Creek. I was thinking about maybe the Pine Creek Gorge or the Schuylkill River Trail. So many amazing spots in Pennsylvania that I'll finally be able to bike to because I'll be able to just throw the bike in the trunk. So I'm pretty excited about this. Okay, so I've killed my GoPro battery at this point. I didn't plan very good and I'd been using it lately and I didn't realize that I've got 4 batteries and they're all super low, so they won't even turn on anymore. But basically, we're gonna have severe storms today in Delaware So I've gone 2 miles. I'm at the Gordon's Pond Trail Overlook number 2. The bike has been performing great. I'm going to show you some of the scenery and we're going to turn around and get back because the rain's supposed to start here around 10 a.m. It's about 9 now and I want to make sure I beat the storm and get the bike put away in my trunk. All right, so there's my bike and this is what the overlook looks like. It is absolutely beautiful. You've got all this marshland, and then as you come closer to So Gordon's Pond is a section of Cape Henlopen State Park that is not accessible from the rest of the state park except for the bike trail. So as you get closer to the regular Cape Henlopen State Park section, you come across these long kind of like boardwalk elevated sections over the marsh. It's super beautiful. And then you start to see the huge sand dunes of Cape Henlopen as you come along here. And then if you continued up that way, it would take you to Herring Point and that part of the park. Because you're on your bike and you're moving, bugs are not a concern here. It's when you stop that they start to get you. All right, so I got it folded back up. It's pretty neat. The seat post almost holds it upright so it doesn't dip. And you can also kind of wheel it on the wheels to get it closer to the car and then lift it in your trunk. It weighs 27 pounds, so it's not that unmanageable. It's pretty easy for me to lift in and out of the car. So thanks guys for coming along and watching. Hopefully you're going to see a lot more biking content from me, and I hope this is going to be a nice addition. I find that sometimes I spend a lot of my time taking care of my family and everybody else, and I don't spend enough time on myself, so I'm really excited to have a new activity that I love and that gets me some exercise and gets me out here. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.